So for your final project, definitely look at the description and all the examples, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick video because I was making this little sketchbook yesterday, and I thought that there was a couple of cool marks that came out of it that could be a good example for your final project. So I'll tell you how I came up with this. So I wanted to make this sketchbook out of some old scraps of paper that I had. So the way that I did it was I cut the paper to size, and then I made them into strips that I could fold and put into the pages of the book. And then in order to bind them, I didn't have an awl, so I just used a safety pin, and it was poking it through the paper to make a hole. That way I could string some thread through it and bind my book. But when I was doing this, I found it easier if I poked through the paper onto a piece of foam board. And I got left with all these cool marks on this little piece of foam board. So what I was doing was just putting it here, pushing through, that way I don't stab my finger. So I thought this little board was cool. Could leave it just like this, or maybe take a graphite stick or a colored pencil or some sort of thick material, or an alternative material, and I could start to fill it in. Maybe do some sort of gradient, and I can think about this little scrap of foam board that got marked through the process of making my book as a drawing itself. Just a little abstract drawing. And then the other thing that I thought was kind of cool was when I was folding these sheets of paper, I wanted to get them really heavily creased. So I just took a pencil and put it on its side and like rubbed it hard, so that way it made a nice crease on this piece of paper. But since this pencil is green, it was marking my paper, and I wanted to keep it clean. So what I did was I took another sheet of paper and I put it on top, and then I started getting left with all these lines. So I thought that was kind of cool too, as far as like an abstract drawing based off of an activity.